Hello everyone, it's Allie from Titan and welcome back to our channel. I'm continuing on with our new product previews here today, and this time we're going to be jumping on into a Brothers War draft booster box from Magic the Gathering, of course. So, new product previews for pre-release weekends. All of the products are coming into the shop, so we're checking stuff out a little early. Yesterday we checked out collector boosters, we checked out a set booster box. This morning we checked out jump starts, and now we're moving on into the draft booster. And in this box, oddly enough, we are aiming to find more than 4 mythics, as we found 4 regular mythics in our set booster yesterday, and oddly enough, somehow pulled 4 mythics in our jumpstart box this morning. So we're hoping to have 4 to defeat both the set booster and the jumpstart box here in this draft booster. Sometimes we have really good pulls out of draft booster boxes, like Innistrad Crimson Vow. We found lots of the Borderless Chandra, Dressed to Kill, gorgeous card. We've found kind of poopy pulls before in draft boosters as well. Modern Horizons 2, the draft booster boxes did not yield very much. Of course, now with set boosters existing, WotC's like, stop cracking these for singles, but you know, it's all I've ever known since I've come here to Titan is, you know, we just used to open up draft boosters, and Bossman's been opening up draft boosters for years, so we can't help ourselves. Every time a new draft booster box comes out, we have to open up at least one. So hoping that we get lucky here this time around, aiming for more of an Innistrad than an MH2 kind of pull right here. So let's go ahead and jump on into it. This will take a little while, 36 packs. I chat too much, so let's just snap ourselves into the corner. That was a nice snap. That was a nice snap. And yeah, sometimes the draft booster boxes are kind to us. Sometimes they are not. So, you know, I actually want to look at the back. So, Guts, Glory, Giant Robots. Does not mention anything about those Transformer cards. Transformer cards, you find 1 per collector booster pack. You find about 3 per box in the set boosters. So I don't know that we'll be finding any here. Curious if we're going to be finding those artifacts. I would imagine we would, similar to how we found the Mystical Archives and Strixhaven regular packs. So we'll see how that ends up going. Alright, pack 1. And we're counting just regular set mythics, not artifacts, we're not going to find the commander cards here. So Ichor Wellspring is our first artifact. Then we have Mechanized Warfare, rare. So interesting, these, the way they are packed out is like the Japanese booster packs. Interesting, interesting. Also interesting that we did not have a basic. Interesting that we do not have a basic. We have our advertisements, there we go. I see. So it's not 1 per pack on these retro artifacts. Or maybe... Hold on. I am super confused. We just straight up just didn't have a basic in that first pack then. That's so weird. That's weird. That's quite weird. Because then we do have the Schematic Springleaf Drum, Fauna Shaman, and then otherwise normal happenings here. That's very odd. Alright. Now we have a foil rare, Stasis Coffin, Chromatic Star. Alright, and no basic lands. Alright, Battlefield Forge. So it looks like you kind of have a variable slot at the beginning of the pack. Which just doesn't sit right with me for Magic. How are you going to open up a draft booster pack and there's no basic land in it? That's very weird to me. Ugh, I don't like it. Gruesome realization. The gruesome realization that we're not getting a basic in every pack. Oh, Misery's Shadow. The misery that comes with not having basics. It just doesn't feel right. That really doesn't feel right. Oh. Okay. Was Strixhaven like this? I can't recall. Curate foil. Soul Guide Lantern and Blast Zone. Rare. I will say, it does feel odd to go through the packs and not have any showcase cards to be on the lookout for. The artifacts do have their own showcasey variants with, of course, those schematics versions. There's the regular retro border, and then there's the new art schematic versions. We do have Defense Grid, rare. Myrel, Shield of Argive is our first mythic. All right. Looking for 3 more at least mythics here. Looking for at least 3 more. We have that Swamp Full Arts, Inspiring Statuary, rare, Titania's Command. Mind's Eye, mythic. Not the kind of mythic that we were aiming for, but it is a mythic. Battlefield Forge. I mean, great to find schematic mythic. I feel like that came off weird. I'm aiming to find 4 regular mythics. Everything else is a bonus, but it's not counting toward our box battle total. So Mind's Eye, schematic. I feel like I need to move our piles over. So regular foils aren't super interesting. We can keep them under my big fat head here in the bottom right. All right, foil, regular mythic, space for foil. We're not seeing much on this schematic front. In general, we just have the 2, the Springleaf Drum, and now that Mind's Eye. So I was trying to have room for each variation of the artifacts and their rarity, but I don't think I need it. So we have Mishra's Bauble, which is nice to be kept at uncommon. Helm of the Host, I believe, was upshifted to a mythic from a rare. And then Mishra's Bauble, I like that that was kept at uncommon. Always a solid uncommon to pull. Sibling Rivalry, Sword of the Meek, Perennial Behemoth, here are the Punch-Out tokens, Basic Plains, Jalem Tome, Stonebrain, rare, Swiftfoot Boots, schematic, Kayla's Commands, you have the Full Art Forest, Precursor Golem, rare, Over the Top, Teething Wormlet is our second foil rare of the box. Blackblade Reforged, that is a schematic. Fateful Handoff, regular rare. Another Punch-Out Swiftfoot Boots, regular. Liberator, Urza's Battlethopter. It's a little weird that it has Urza's face on it, in my opinion. Like, imagine, like, driving around a car that just has, like, your face on it. Or, like, a tank, because it's a Battlethopter. Like, oh, here comes Allie's battle tank. It just has my face on it. Like, that'd be weird. Mountain and Quicksilver Amulets. Tawnos, the Toy Maker. Cloud Key, rare. Mishra, Tamer of Makfawa. I believe I mentioned this yesterday in our set booster box opening. And although I like the arts in the sets, I like the art direction, I think the cards look really cool. Mishra's character design throughout this set doesn't seem particularly consistent. I feel like he looks quite different in several different cards, especially his hairstyle. Gix's Caress. Show me all the delicious misery you've sown. Gix is just like... I want to go home, I'm scared. Anyways, Mishra, Tamer of Makfawa. Like, here versus this card, I feel don't look very similar. Like, even his hairstyle. The hair... honestly, when the art for Mishra, this one was first revealed, I thought it was Tezzeret. You know, because he's got the arm and the similar hairstyle. And then I feel like he doesn't look... Like, here his hair is, like, straight, and this one, it's more textured. Like, they're both nice-looking arts. I'm confused as to how it happened. Like, did we not know what Mishra looked like? Was it, like, left up to interpretation by these different artists when they were making the cards? Because I know the Brothers' War, I believe, was a novel. Old. Magic used to have, like, good novels. Back in the day. A Recruitment Officer and Sigil of Valor. Keela's Command. Like, do we not already have, like, an idea in our minds of what Mishra looked like? Or... just curious. Take Flight Foil and Ashnod's Altar. That is a rare. Put it in the uncommon pile because I'm bad at my job. It'd be like that sometimes. Alright, we're about halfway through this draft booster box. It's so odd going through all these. I still do it just for us to take a look through all the cards. Look at that, another Mishra's Bauble. Lauren of the Third Path. Just to go through all of our uncommons and our commons. We're not particularly looking for anything. We don't actually have to. We don't actually have to do it. There's no sneaky showcases gonna jump out at us. Self-Assembler. Transmogrit's Crown. Ornithopter. Hercule, Master Wizard. Ivory Tower. Oh, the Ornithopter was a schematic version. Whoopsies. Fade from History. After a long hibernation, Argoth began slowly recovering from the ravages of war. The bears are cute. So far, we're still at just the one mythic. Hall of Tagson. So far, just the one. So hopefully we do find more here in the second half. Would like to find at least 4. It'd be quite awkward if the Jumpstart booster box yields more than a draft booster. That just doesn't seem right. Hostile Negotiations. Foundry Inspector. Brotherhood's End. Shoot Down Foil. Burnished Hearts. We have Feldon, Runham Excavator. Bonesaw, and Llanowar Wastes. Nice that we've had 3 borderless cards in this draft booster. I'm quite impressed, as we're finding more borderless cards here than we did in our collector booster boxes. So I am very pleasantly surprised, but very surprised, that we have had so many borderless cards. So even though we're so far quite lacking in mythics, I'm impressed with what we've found here in the draft booster. The Mishra, borderless, and 2 lands. I am impressed. Argivian Avenger, Sigil of Valor schematics, and Titania, Voice of Gaia. Alright. So Titania is our second mythic. Brushland, foil rare. A third foil rare. We have Soul Partition. Yeah, the Full Arts Island, Phyrexian Revoker, Kayla's Reconstruction, Suchi Caveguard. I remember we used to have a playset of Suchis signed 4 times by Christopher Rush. I think we still have a couple of them. I think Bossman has them in his office. But we used to have 4. I think now we have 2. I think we sold 2. So that's just cool seeing Suchi, the name Suchi on there. Lauren's Escape. Mystic Forge. Look at that. We do have another schematic mythic. Llanowar Wastes. I love the arts, the new arts on that. Alright, so we technically have 4 mythics in this box, but we can't count 2 of them. Because I didn't count the one that we had out of the set booster. We're looking for regular old mythics. So, we got 2 packs to go. I don't know that we're going to get there. Ichor Wellspring and Steel Seraph. So we're not going to win our regular pack-pulled mythic box battle. We'll see if we can get closer than we're at. Last pack here. We have Millstone and Gixian Puppeteer. So no, we did have 4 total, but not what we were counting. We're counting 2 of them. But you know what? Honestly, I'm not mad at the 2 schematic mythics. Like, very happy with that. Just doesn't help us on our quest to defeat the set booster or the Jumpstart booster. So let me go ahead and tidy up and then we'll get into a recap. Even though I was thrown for a loop at the beginning with the lack of basics, I will say it's interesting that we don't have regular basics here. We just had the full arts. So, in set booster packs, you can get the full arts or you can get regular basics. Interesting here that we did not see any of those. So we did end up with a total of 9 full arts. But let me go ahead and tidy up, move the bulk off to the side. Then we'll recap our draft booster box. Whoopsies. Whoopsies. Alright, let me move our uncommon artifacts. Alright, so set that off to the side. What do we have here in terms of foils? We did have a total of 8 uncommon and common foils plus 3 foil rares. So let's take a look at those. 3 foil rares in a draft booster box. We had the Stasis Coffin, Teething Wormlet, and Brushlands. Then go ahead and pan through our other foils. So that makes, wow, 3 foil rares plus, again, the 9 here. 12 foils in the box, so every 3 packs we had a foil. Then we also had 3 borderless cards, 3 foil rares, 3 borderless rares, Battlefield Forge, Llanowar Wastes, and Mishra. For our regular mythics, we had Myrel and Titania. 2 schematic mythics, Mind's Eye and Mystic Forge. We also had a schematic rare, just the one, Blackblade Reforged. Then for our regular rares, we had Phyrexian Revoker, Journeyer's Kites, Ashnod's Altar, Keening Stone, Cloud Key, Quicksilver Amulets, Precursor Golem, Sword of the Meek, Inspiring Statuary, and Defense Grid for, like I said, our regular rare artifacts. And then for the sets, real cards, you know, not those bonus artifact cards, but the true cards of the sets. Did have some lands. We had Hall of Tagsin, we had Llanowar Wastes, we had the Underground River, and we saw Hurkle here. I will say, after all of these regular box openings, we still have a bundle to go. 2 cases of collector boosters, a set booster, a jumpstart, which I didn't expect it to be in there, a draft booster as well. We've only pulled 1 single Teferi. It's a lot of packs to open to find just 1 Teferi. It was a regular foil mythic out of a collector booster. We had 1 Teferi yesterday. Set booster, nothing. Jumpstart, like I said, don't expect to pull them there, nothing. And then here in the draft booster, did not luck out and find Teferi here either. We do have that bundle coming on up. So the bundle should have set booster packs. So we'll have some more chances to find a Teferi up next. But I do find it very strange that we're having such difficulty pulling Teferi. Now, Teferi's not, as of the time that I'm recording this, not the most expensive mythic in the set. That belongs to the Worm. But I think that Teferi is a really nice card. And yeah, I'm a little suspicious that we've only found him just once. So, I wonder if Teferi is going to be our short printed mythic of the sets. You know, in theory. So, we'll see if we can find him up next. So, we did not win the mythic box battle here, but we did have 2 regular mythics and 2 of those artifact versions. So I do like those. I really like the schematics. I think they look great. So I'm happy we saw some mythics here. We just ended up losing the battle by technicality to the tie between the jumpstarts and the set boosters. So I'm actually going to give the win to the set booster, or to the jumpstart rather, excuse me, because I find it ridiculous that we found 4 mythics in a jumpstart box. So I think by sheer craziness factor, I think the win technically goes to Jumpstart. But I've had a lot of fun opening up all of these products and very curious for that bundle to come up next. Curious to check out the oversized spin down and curious if my hot streak with bundles can continue even further. I don't know why, but I seem to have really good luck with bundles. So excited to check that out up next. But do have to finish off this video before I can get on into the next one. So if you guys enjoyed this opening, which as always, I hope that you do, don't forget to go ahead and hit that like button. Comments for me, leave those down below. Which has been your favorite product I've opened up from Brothers War so far? Let me know. And of course, if you're not yet part of the Titan Cards family, I'd love for you to join us. Make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button. One last thing to do before I get on out of here, and that is to give an extra special shout out to all of our channel members. Thank you so much, you all, for going above and beyond with your supports. Bossman and I truly do appreciate it. We have 7 Black Label fans: Andon, Bounty Hunter Breaks, Devon, Kira Soltari, MT, Stephen Olivo, and Stephen Bly. We also do have 9 Gemmint fans: Bamboo, Butch Corby, Geriatric Geek, Jonathan Scotts, Michael C., Michael Bigelow, Scorecard Collectibles, Shanef Zen, and Vanek. But thank you so much again, though, to all of our channel members. And all members do have their names shown on screen at the end of every video. But yes, this wraps off our draft booster box of Brothers War. Just that bundle remains for all of our product previews. So if you guys would like to see that, make sure to stay tuned. That video will be coming up shortly. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Take care, stay safe, and I hope y'all join me in the next video. Bye!